Just moments ago, San Diego fire officials gave an update and a briefing on exactly what they've been battling so far. So we're going to go ahead and listen into that.
Thank you all for coming. I want to give you a quick update on the fire that we had behind me right here. So about 1:30 exactly, I'll give it 1 second here. Exactly at 1:36, actually, we received calls of a brush fire here on Sorrento Valley Road. We sent an initial response, brush fire response. Once crews arrived on scene, they realized we had about a 1 to 2 acre fire, slow rate of spread that was moving to the east of us. The key issue we had with this fire was the access. It was in the middle of the canyon draw behind us, and trying to get ground units in there was tough trying to get inside. We upgraded to a first alarm, that went to a second, and then we started bringing in strike team and fixed wing and larger amount of aircraft to come in here. Crews right now, we are currently at 130 acres. I expect it to grow probably a little bit more. We'll have a little bit more behind it. My goal is in 1 hour or less, hopefully from now, get forward rate of spread stopped on it and ahead of it. We gave evacuation warnings. The only requirement for the evacuation was through the canyon here. That's the one thing we required to evacuate. People did a great job of doing that, and I can tell you, driving around as I was at the head of the fire, many people had their stuff set out, ready to go from those evacuation warnings. For all the people out there are doing that, I'm incredibly thankful to do so because you can go. Now, I will say this, though, there were many people that were traveling in, and we had to use PD and our air resources to remind people to please leave the area who are trying to hike into the canyon to get a better view. So I just ask people out there, do not come into the canyon. It is currently blocked off right now. We do not need anyone inside the canyon except first responders. Crews are doing a great job right now. We brought in 5 fixed-wing aircraft. We had 6 helicopters that came in here and helped us to slow the rate of spread of this fire until we could get ground crews down into the seat of the fire. That was huge for us with those CAL FIRE responses coming out and helping us as a city, our neighboring departments that came in and helped us too. We have about 200 total personnel here currently working the fire right now, and they'll be working the fire through the night to ensure that we don't have any hot spots and we can get ahead of it. Right now, we are going to keep those evacuation warnings in place and the mandatory of the canyon in place also at the same time until we feel that that forward rate of spread is stopped. Any questions?
As far as the evacuation warning, does that mean that right now you're just asking the public to have a go bag ready to go?
Yes, and I can tell you that's what I saw out there. When I was driving around, I was very proud of the citizens of San Diego that had their cars ready, they were packed, they were in driveways and ready to go. That's the warning. That means be prepared, be ready to go, and there are many people out there that were doing that exact same thing. The warnings will remain in place until we get that forward rate stopped.
What has been the greatest challenge? Obviously today we have felt some wind as opposed to other days.
Yeah, so we had a slight wind, I'd say 5, maybe a 10-mile-per-hour gust coming through there. The biggest problem we had today was access. So there's a 2-track road that we can get through there, dirt road. Remember, this is a hiking trail. It's not somewhere that you drive your car into. So we had hard access trying to get our ground units in there. There's also a bunch of washouts from the last fire that we had actually of trying to gain that access to there. So those aircraft were huge for us today in helping with that and stopping the forward rate.
And what's the neighborhood that was being threatened? What is that neighborhood called?
I don't know the exact name of the neighborhood. I'm sorry on that one. There's multiple up the side of this neighborhood and to the north side. The south side was my biggest worry. When I arrived on scene, it was running to the south, and our goal at first was to stop it from jumping the road. Crews did a great job to make sure it didn't jump the road and go to the south side and get the other draw. They kept it to that north side of Sorrento Valley Road and then also stopped it from giving on the river bottom side too.
Any trouble with drones?
We didn't have any drones. Luckily on this one, I did not hear any drone incursions that we had, which for me is amazing because usually every fire that we've had lately, we've had some sort of drone incursion that has stopped us from it. On this one, we had no drone incursion. And if you saw some of those aircraft coming in, we brought in LATs, which are large air tankers. You saw the big planes coming in. They looked like the old PSA planes coming in and doing those drops. We need people out of that area. Those are massive planes coming in and dropping.
We also noticed there was a main power line that runs through that ridge. I mean, how did that factor in as they're doing the drops?
So that hurts us on the fixed wing. On our helos have a great job of getting into those tight spaces, so they're able to slow that. We use mainly most of our fixed wing for the ridges, for the home lines, to ensure that we are stopping that the spread of the fire coming to the north and the south.
My understanding is that this fire is mostly affecting a canyon. It's not really directly threatening a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Can you give us an estimate of maybe how many homes are potentially at risk? Because you said you're going to be fighting this fire.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, there are homes absolutely absolutely at risk, especially the south side of the road here. I'd say a good 200 homes are at risk to the south side of the road, and that's because all it takes is an ember. If you were out here, you saw the embers flying and going ahead of it, right? It takes a small ember to go over the backside of the hill on us, and the next thing you know, those homes that didn't think that they were affected are fully affected now by that fire. That's why we give that warning to say be prepared, be ready to go, because if something jumps the line on us, and it could jump the line in the next 2 hours. My goal is for it not to, but that south side is still a worry for me for all those homes on that side of the hill.
You said your initial call came in as a brush fire, so is there any indication as to what started this fire? If it was just hot, dry debris that maybe had not been cleared, any indication?
We don't have an indication right now. Mass will investigate. This was right near where we had this fire that we just had a month ago here in Sorrento Valley, so we're going to try to check and make sure that if it had anything to do from there, or is this new or some other place, so Mass will be investigating that.
I just came from the evacuation site, and they said they've only had one person come in the last hour, and they've already left. Is there anything else that you can tell us about the people who are evacuating and where they should go if they don't know about this evacuation site?
Yeah, so right now, that evacuation site that we have is, we only have warnings on all the home lines. We only have warnings, so you do not have to go if you have a warning. The only mandatory evacuation that we have right now is the canyon. The dirt area, the preserve is our only mandatory evacuation. So if we are telling people you can hold in place where you're at right now, you do not have to go to the evacuation site.
You mentioned the power line. Are there any other utilities that you guys are trying to preserve and stop the fire?
Absolutely. We have multiple power lines to the north and running south on this side too. We're trying to hold those away from those power line areas. Crews have done a great job. Our air resources have done a great job too in stopping that there.
And where have air resources been pulling water from around here?
So our helicopters have been pulling from our local golf courses, most of our golf courses with a pond. The great part with our Air Force is they only need 3 feet of water to pull from. So most ponds, even rivers they can pull from. Sometimes you'll see them in the San Diego Mission Valley. They'll be pulling from the river down there. So they only need 3 feet. They've been pulling from there. Our air resources, though, for fixed wing, half of them came from Ramona, the other half came from Hemet. So their turnaround time is they have to fly back to Hemet, refuel in Hemet, and come all the way back, right? So those turnaround times take time for us. So reactionary for us, I'm very proud of the firefighters and the incident commanders on the scene that realized that and ordered fixed wing right away to ensure that that turnaround time we could get crews here quickly.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then the last fire that happened, you said a month ago?
Yeah, about a month ago is when we had it.
What's the name of that fire?
That was Sorrento also. That one, acres for us ran about 90 acres.
I'm sorry, can you mention the name of the pond that they're drawing water from?
I don't know which golf course they're pulling from right now. They're pulling from a golf course. Sometimes we usually steal from Santa Luz, is what we like to say, is we'll grab water from Santa Luz Golf Course.
Okay, so it's nearby.
It's nearby, yeah. They're right over the hill. Their turnaround time is under 3 minutes. Yeah.
All right, and you just heard from San Diego Fire Assistant Chief Dan Eddy with the latest update on this Sorrento fire that we are continuing to track.